Log off, shut down, and get outside at Rentschler Forest in Fairfield Township.
Good morning. My name is Becky Vanderpool. I'm a Senior Manager of Park Connections with MetroPark's of Butler County. Today, I'm in the creek at Rentschler Forest, MetroPark's Reigart Road area, located in Fairfield Township.
And I'm Lynn White. I'm the Education and Volunteer Specialist with Butler Soil and Water Conservation District.
So we're here together today as partners to share some information with you about how you can go out and go creeking and enjoy what you might be able to find in the creeks here at Rentschler Forest.
So I've brought some materials along with me today that I'll show you how to use. They're really cheap. It's things like used containers from food, and this is for putting some of the animals in. Now, we're not going to look for huge animals today like big snakes or frogs or huge fish. We're in a tiny creek. We're definitely not going to get huge fish here. But there's a lot of simple things that you can use. So I've got this small container. I've got this tiny little net. I did bring another container as well, just in case. And then I brought a magnifying glass. So this is actually one where you can put the creature in here and look at it from above or from the side, but you can just bring a regular magnifying glass. And it's helpful to have something to magnify because the animals we're going to look for are teeny tiny little things that live down amongst the rocks. It's things like baby dragonflies or dragonfly nymphs. And so the best way to look for these animals is to go into the creek and pick up rocks that are underwater. And if you look at the bottom of the rock, you might see some of those small animals crawling around. So you can take the animals and put them into your container with water to look at them for a bit, but make sure you release them quickly. We don't want to keep them there too long. But when you put the rock down, it's really important to put the bit that was facing down in the first place back down. So let me turn this back over and put it back in the water where it belongs. And that keeps the animals wet, it keeps them in their home, keeps them nice and safe. If you do collect any of the animals while you're here, make sure you release them before you go home. This is their home. Just like you wouldn't like to be stolen from yours, they don't want to be stolen from theirs. This is their home where they have all of their basic needs, the food and everything else that they need to exist.
So how can our friends find out where it is, what it is that they can find here in the creek?
Yeah, so I brought an identification sheet with me. You probably don't have one, so you can look on our website and we'll give you the details about that at the end, where you can download a copy of this. And it shows you lots of the things like snails and clams and baby dragonflies and beetles. So you can try and identify the creatures that you're finding yourself. Now, what should they do about safety when they're here at the creek?
I think the first piece of safety I would recommend is make sure you come with a proper footwear. You want to make sure that your feet are covered. Closed-toed sandals with a back would be okay. Rain boots, hiking boots, even tennis shoes if you're okay getting them wet would help keep your feet. So just anything that keeps them covered and especially not bare feet. Beyond that, I would also suggest that you just be aware of your surroundings. Certainly, we all know that it can be fun sometimes to pick up a rock and throw it into the creek or to throw it in the water and make a splash. But be very, very cautious of those who are around you and just be very safe with that as well.
Use this worksheet to identify the things you might find in the creek. The creek provides many habitats to explore. What can you find under branches and logs? Areas like this where the water is a little bit deeper and slow moving is a good place to find fish. Gently lift up rocks and take a look underneath. What did you find living there?
Well, thanks for joining us for our creeking program, and we'll be shooting lots of other ones in future weeks, highlighting some of the other parks and some of the other creeks there, and we hope you can join us. Please check both of our websites so that you can find identification sheets that you can use when you go out, and you can find out some more information about each of the creatures that you might find.
The MetroPark's of Butler County website is yourmetroparks.net, and they can find things on your site at
butlerswcd.org.
Watch for future ways to enjoy the outdoors. Thank you.
Bye.
Tomorrow, learn why this month's full moon is called the strawberry moon. Then log off, shut down, get outside, and take a look at it as it rises in tomorrow evening's night sky.